probably wondering, why am I playing Michael Jackson? Because, what is it, Chris? Is it Robbie had the same birthday as Michael Jackson? Sorry to throw a wet blanket on you, pal. But Mike,
what did you play? Smooth Criminal?
No, Beat It. Sorry.
I actually like Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, well...
It's apropos in today's world.
Yeah, but Michael's dead.
And still not buried.
And still not buried. Let's go to the phones here. Roland in Texas. Hello, Roland.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
Good.
I have a really good friend that his family is really, really well off up in the New York area, and we've been talking for about 5 years now, and he brought up a very interesting point. What I'm hearing is that a lot of other rich people that are not really in the New World Order mix are sort of getting upset because they can't believe that it's actually going to go this bad, like maybe possibly the Zimbabwe way, which I don't know that bad, but they're not going to be able to have a say in it at all. And he was telling me that they're sort of upset about it. His family's sort of upset about it, that the people that are in control that have money are going to let this go so bad that even the people who do have money that aren't with them, so to say, are going to go down too. And maybe there's a little bit of fighting going on there between the elite and maybe just the rich and powerful. The rich and powerful and maybe the rich. That's just something to throw out there.
Gentlemen?
I think it's natural. And they don't care about those people. And so they're not included. And so they would be upset because they figured they get some kind of protection. They're getting nothing. Really, the only thing they can do is put their money in gold and silver and hope that they won't be hauled off with the Illuminists and visit the guillotine.
Just one more question, guys. I think is Robbie still there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. Since I understand you went through some of this in another country and then you came here, do you actually think that how are they suppressing gold all this time? I mean, I can't believe any plant, because I'm looking at these numbers, I can't believe a plant protection team can actually do this to a whole market for this amount of time and still be suppressing gold. I mean, to me, it's pretty ridiculous.
Well, yeah, it is ridiculous, but they've been very good at doing it for over a decade or more. Well, Bob, by and large, it's been... well, it was Robert Rubin. If I'm going to actually ID an individual who obviously pushed that with great vim and vigor.
All right.
Is Bob there?
Bob, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right. No comment?
Well, no comment. That's okay.
All right, Roland, I thank you for your call. Appreciate it. Jeff in New Mexico. Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, are you only taking calls about the economy or any subjects or?
Well, I don't know, Jeff. This is basically to let the people know about the financial crisis, where it came from, and discussing the issues thereof. So if you got something to chime in there about, that's fine.
Well, in my, like this talk show host Jerry Doyle was sort of bragging how he had bought such and such number of shares of Bank of America stock, and then he bought some kind of derivative, as a hedge in case it went down or something like that. And
yeah.
In my opinion, we'd be better off to just outlaw all those derivatives and short selling, and the free market would just consist of stocks and bonds and maybe the commodities. Why do we need all these derivatives and short selling? It seems like the SEC can't regulate it because you don't have enough people that even understand it.
Well, I suggest if you've got access to the internet, you go and you watch a replay of Sunday night 60 Minutes, because it explains it as clear as I ever heard an explanation of it. And that in 1907, after the collapse in 1907, the U.S. government outlawed bucket shops. And thanks to Phil Graham and a few others who repealed that in the early 90s, that's how derivatives came to be. We have a glorified bucket shops, unregulated on Wall Street.
Uh-huh.
But I think your idea of outlawing derivatives is excellent. As far as I'm concerned, they serve no useful purpose. They're supposed to be insurance, and they're not. They're just gambling vehicles, and they're not regulated, and they'll never be regulated to the way they should be. And the regulators are all a bunch of crooks, too. So no action. So do away with them.
Maybe we should just have tougher standards on which companies can even become public, like if a private company making beer or whatever, they want to become a publicly traded company, they have to show a certain number of years of profitability and all that. That way the investor knows that it's security. Why do we call it the Securities Exchange Commission if it isn't any more secure than going to Las Vegas and putting money in a slot machine? How can you?
Well, Jeff, and it's the same reason. I mean, there should be truth in lending, or truth in advertising, at least to the lending. Federal Reserve Bank, most people still hear that Federal Reserve. They think it's federal, and they think there's something in reserve, which it isn't. So, I mean, we can go down the litany of list here of the governmental organizations that really aren't governmental, or they've got the people, the money people in there manipulating everything. I mean, we can go on asking why until the cows come home. Here's the answer to all the whys. We need honest government. We need honest money. There wouldn't be any talk today about auditing the Fed, finding out what these private bankers are up to, the private corporation for profit. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. But the point is that this stuff should have been constitutional, and it wasn't. It was constitutional for the Congress to regulate the money, the coinage, and all that other stuff. So, I mean,
Las Vegas is more honest than Wall Street. At least when you go to Las Vegas and you make a bet and you win, you know you're going to get paid.
Well, and that's off everybody else's losses. Sound familiar?
Sure. I mean, that's why the 60 Minutes piece was right on point, talking about bucket shops, because that's how the market imploded in 1907. People were taking side bets on the market, and there was nobody there to regulate whether or not these bucket shops had the capital to make good on the bets if they went against the house. And that's exactly what happened on Wall Street. That's why American taxpayers forked over $145 billion to AIG, because AIG was taking side bets on defaulted mortgages, and they never had the money to back up their position. So the U.S. taxpayer had to fork over the $145 billion. Primarily to Goldman Sachs.
And that's a fact, Jack.
There you go, Jeff.
Yeah.
Our country is totally and irretrievably corrupt at almost every level. Lying is politically and socially acceptable. I mean, we have Elliot Spitzer, who now is talking about running for the Senate, or the comptroller for the state of New York, and the guy is an admitted whoremonger. I mean, where is the morality? I mean, what is wrong with the people of New York State? Are they mentally deficient or something?
Well, we're in a box, and they don't know how to get out of it. So what we're going to try to do is fix the box that's broke right now. That's what they keep trying to do.
Yeah, but they're not fixing the box. All they're simply doing is kicking the can further down the street. The further you kick the can down the street, the worse it's going to be.
I know that, and you know that, but not everybody is listening to Max Kaiser, or not everybody is listening to Ron Paul. Not everybody is listening to this program. They are still stuck in the Matrix, and the Matrix is telling them, Houston, we have a problem. We will fix the problem.
Yeah, they're listening to CNBC, who tells you on a daily basis, we've turned the corner, the worst is over,
Absolutely.
and real estate is coming back strong.
Yeah, and all that is just fine.
These people are delusional.
Well, and all of that is just fine. Well, we see the unemployment, the way they're looking at the unemployment picture, see it wasn't as bad as last month. It's starting to slow down.
Wait till Friday.
Wait till next week. Wait till next month. I mean, it's all coming apart.